So the replacement throttle has now turned up, but it does have a slightly different code number. So the code number of the new one ends in 124. The code number on the faulty throttle that was removed ended 120. So perhaps it's been redesigned and this one's better. We shall find out. So we now have the new throttle, so I thought we'd do a bit on fault clearing. The new throttle in the end costs 237 GB pounds, so better than I expected, but still rather expensive. So I'm going to switch the motorcycle on, which will bring up the fault code. So at the moment, just to demonstrate, I've got both of the throttles removed. So I'm going to read the codes, and it should bring up 4 because the throttle's got 2 circuits on it. So we're going to go erase previously stored data, yes. Right, I'm going to read codes. Which gives us 4 codes. So we've got 2 codes showing, 1 for each circuit. So you've got sensor D, sensor E. Okay, as a demonstration, I've connected up the original throttle, the one with the fault. Turn the ignition on. Get the alert up there, so now we're going to go back into here. This is just a normal car reader, which is why it's saying throttle pedal rather than twist grip. So now if we read codes, we've got the 4, so go back. Erase codes. Erase done. Back up to read codes, pending codes. And now we're down to 2, because you can't just clear the codes out and make the bike think that there's nothing wrong anymore. So that's just a demonstration that because this throttle's faulty, even though it cleared the codes out, it won't clear out the codes, because obviously on here, by the looks of it, because it's bringing up the same message without it connected at all, it looks like we've got a broken connection. I've been through, I've checked all of the wiring loom, I've had the under where we are here, underneath there right at the bottom is the ECU. So you have to take all the back end of this bike off to get to the ECU, so you can unplug it, check there's no water in there or corroded contacts, which there isn't. So we've done all that and put it all back together, so it's looking highly likely it is the throttle. So next we're going to fit the new throttle, clear the codes and see what we can achieve. The only thing with this is, on the BMWs you have to do a process known as resetting adaptions, because of inconsistencies in the manufacture of the components. Not all components are the same, so when you put a new component on, you go through a little ritual to enable you to tell the bike it's got a new throttle and show it how that throttle is going to respond. So on full throttle, it might not, the throttle sensor in the twist grip might not give the same response as one that was made, you know, at another time. So, but you can't do that with this car code reader. We have to use, we don't have to, but we're going to use MotoScan. Okay, we've now fitted the new throttle assembly, so we're going to turn the ignition back on and hopefully get these codes cleared. So press enter on that and get the scanner connected to the ECU. Yes on that. Now we're going to do read codes, pending codes. We've got the 2 codes still because we haven't. So now if we go back, we should now be able to erase codes. Yes. Press any key. Now you see, look, we've ended up with a green tick. So now if we go back into read codes, pending codes, no pending codes. And now, as we can see up on the dashboard, we've no longer got the error message. Now that's all very well, however, with the BMWs you now have to go through a process where you reset the adaptions. I'm going to do this with the MotoScan app. Okay, so we've reset the adaptions using the MotoScan app, so now we're going to turn the bike back on and everything should be a-okay. Right, so here goes. Well, it sounds a bit livelier. Let's see if the throttle opener works. Okay, really pleased with that. So